Selecting barrels for winemaking I see as one of the most important aspects of winemaking. For me, it's an outside tool that we do use in the winery, which can shape our wines into representing their best foot forward. So selecting barrels is very influential. You're looking at most of your red wine spending about 2 years in barrel. So this is quite a long time for the barrel to influence the wine. So a lot of it is trial and error and getting to understand the barrel. Trees are as unique as human beings, so every barrel is different. Where you're sourcing your wood from is different. So it's having that relationship with the coopers, the people that make the barrels, is as important as the relationships that we have, I say, with even our customers, and getting to understand how they influence our wines and make sure that they influence our wines in a positive sense, but also not in an overpowering sense, so that we can best give off our terroir, our land in Stellenbosch. Moving to 300-litre barrels, I think in the essence of elegance for me is always on top. I've learnt a lot in my career that to create a wine of longevity and to stand the test of time is not necessarily just about tannins and high alcohols and extraction and being bold and big. It's actually about how you put together, and sometimes elegance is required to sort of push through. I think elegance also stems off freshness. So moving to a slightly bigger barrel means that there's less power coming from the barrel, from the tannins. So that's very important. And I think the volume of wine in a 300-litre barrel ages slightly slower. You're having a little bit less micro-oxygenation moving through your staves into your wine, which those small little bits of oxygen is what allows your wine to develop. And the longer we can have that process, the more our wine can shape. And the fact that it's a bigger barrel, you're having less influence from the oak. The topic of barrels is, I think, something that I look at quite importantly. My father's a forester, so the understanding of how barrels work, or how trees grow, more to say. And as unique as what wine is, I look at the barrels and the trees being as unique. So they're extremely important, and I think everything about them for me is fascinating. From looking at them in the forests where they grow, the fact that they grow almost 300 years old before they harvest them. For me, I find that fascinating in understanding how you look after trees, and what it takes to look after that tree, what artist and what time has gone into that it's also going to shape a very important part into the wine. The barrel manufacturing itself, putting the barrel together, is also a form of art piece. Every piece or plank or stave of the barrel is hand selected. It's not necessarily done by a machine, so it's really put together by an artist as well before we receive it in the winery. It also comes to toasting and firing the barrel, shaping the barrel. Toasting it also influences the flavor that you're going to generate, so the artist also needs to be respectful to the wood as much as what I want to be respectful to the soil and the wine that we're creating. The barrel maker also needs to be respectful to the wood.